What's up, everybody? Tactical Bearded Dad here, and today we are going to be looking at the Watchtower Apache. This is one that has had a lot of comments. There's been a lot of negative. There's been some positive. I know there was a lot of negative when it first came out. I know there was a lot that had to go back and be fixed. But here lately, I haven't been hearing a lot of negative. So I reached out to a good buddy of mine at BNR Tactical. They are in Hawaii, and was able to get with him, and he sent me one that he had. So we are going to be taking a look at the Watchtower Apache. So with this one, it does come in a pretty nice little case. The case that is set up with, it's actually like it's a soft hard case. So you've got the soft, but it's kind of tough. It's basically it's just a soft hard case. So you get it. It comes with setup on the front. They've got their logo. I threw one of mine on there. Just a nice little simple one. You open it up, and it opens into where you have your pistol, and then you have set up for 6 mags over here. It does come with 2 mags. You get them. The mags worked great. I do see that they have their name right here. It would have been nice if they maybe did something with the mags to make them a little bit nicer. They just look like the regular TSIS mags to me. Honestly, I think that's what they are, which they're not bad mags. I've had a bunch of them. They've been fine, but I feel like they should have maybe done their logo somewhere or done something with it. Maybe had a base plate that matched the mag well or something with the colors that they did, just to, take it up a notch on that part. But with it, you get that. Let's move this out the way. Then inside one of the pouches, you get your little packet that has everything in it. It's got a pouch, Loctite, just your info on it, the little lock that nobody uses, all that type of stuff. So that's all set up on it. But yeah, you got a pouch on one side, and then you've got another pouch on the other side. So let's close this up and get this out the way. But again, not a bad case. I know some of the other ones, like the ones that come in the ammo can and everything like that, but not a bad. So with this, it is your 2011 setup. It's got a optic plate on it. It uses the Atlas optic plate system, so I like that about it. It is a compensated one. It's got the red dirt trigger in it. It's got the MJD Solutions grip. I know that was some of the issues that they had with it, was the original grips were like 3D printed grips, and they were just atrocious. A lot of them broke. People had issues with them. My only complaint with it that I heard was that a lot of people were wanting the newer grip that had the older one, and Watchtower was charging for it. I feel like that's something that they should have just swapped out for free. Again, that is just something I heard. It might have been different, but to me, if you knew the grip was bad and you changed out the grips and you upgraded them, I feel like anybody that had those original grips should have been able to get it. So let's get back into it. Just looking at it, it's got a very nice PVD design on it. I kind of like it. It's kind of a grayish look to it, but it also looks almost, it's kind of hard to say. It's like almost like a wood grain look to it or something. This does have the PVD parts with it. One thing I think that is kind of weird that they didn't do is that they didn't do this screw. So they did everything else, but they left this screw just regular silver. I feel like they should have done something with that, either matched it with this. Would have been better if they matched it with that copper color. Same thing with the screws. I feel like they should have done something with it. Fitment is not bad. There are a couple places that I am not happy with. You can see right here where you can see daylight. So you've got that part right there. The grip safety, I feel like could have been blended a lot more. I mean, if you look, you can just see how it's not smooth throughout it. It's got that gap. When you grip onto it, I mean, to me, I can feel it. I wish they would have, honestly, I wish they would have pinned it and just really took a little bit of time with it and got it, because you can see right here what I'm talking about. When I compress this, it should be smooth with it, and it's not. And same thing through here, you can see where it's like it's just not sitting correctly. I feel like that again is something that they should have addressed with it, and they could have with maybe some of the newer models. I'm not sure how new this one is, but for me, that is a big issue on my side of it. There isn't any. There is just a slight, I mean, it's hard to even acknowledge movement side to side. There's not any movement up and down. Then you come up front and you can see it. But again, with it, it's got a comp up here. The safeties actuate really nicely. The trigger on it is pretty decent. Doesn't feel bad at all. So you can see it. I mean, it's not anything to write home about, but it's also not horrible. The slide is very smooth. I'm honestly kind of shocked at how smooth the slide does go. One thing that I did notice, I didn't want to tear this all the way apart while y'all are watching, but you can see how the comp moves some, and I can tell, I have heard that other people have had issues where their comp was just way off and there was a big gap, which this one doesn't have much of a gap in it and everything. But I feel like they're just putting these on and they're not making sure that they have the correct crush washer, or, you know, whatever the little small washers inside of it are, and then compounded or whatever, to where it stays in place the way it should be. But, you know, all in all, I like how they have the recess right here where it goes down. Running an X300 on it was very nice. It was flush. That's kind of a big thing for me, making sure that when you have the light on it, that it is flush on there and there's not like a big gap. Some that you put them on, you know, and your light's sitting like this, and I cannot stand it. So with this one, I like that once you put it on, it is on there and it looks really nice. It's very clean with the end. You know, all in all, I mean, it's not a bad gun. There is definitely some stuff that they can improve on, and I know it's something that they are improving on. They've got the Demolition that's out now, and I would love to be able to check that one out. But we're getting into a day and age when you're spending over $4,000 for a gun, which I know this one right now you can get for like $36 at some places. But a lot of people, the way that they look at it is if you're spending $4,000 on a gun, it should have a metal grip. I have to agree with that. I feel like this gun is a very nice gun. And like I said, right now, I think you can get them for about $3,600. So that's better in my opinion. But when you hit that 4K mark, I feel like it should be a automatic given that it's coming with a metal grip. Aluminum, doesn't have to be steel, but you know, it can be aluminum, because if you're spending 32 or something like that, you can pop up and, you know, spend a little bit of money and get something like this one that is from BC Gun Works. Very nice. This is their steel grip one. I mean, would just add that little bit extra to it. And then this one does have the Hayes magwell on it, but you know, it's just one of those that, again, these are just my opinions. This is not anything set in stone or, you know, anything like that. It is just my opinion. But I did shoot this And I got to say, it shot very, very well. I was very impressed with the way that it shot. If I had to compare it to like something like the XC, which this is cheaper than an XC, I would definitely grab this over the Staccato. The only reason I would maybe get the Staccato over the Watchtower is just I know with Staccato you're going to get what you get. With the Watchtower, seems like there's been a lot of up and down. Some people have gotten great guns, some people have gotten bad guns, but it does seem like the negative side of everything with Watchtower is kind of going away. They seem to be getting a lot more positive feedback and a lot more people saying that they are enjoying their firearms. But most of those are the newer ones. A lot of the older ones, people are still having issues with them and still trying to get them fixed. And for me, honestly, I feel like they should just replace them. I've heard of some people having to send it back 2 and 3 times, not even be able to get through one mag without issues. If something like that is going on, I feel like they should just pop up and say, hey, you know what? We're just going to send you a new model. Be done with it. Because it's just one of those that you want to make sure that you're getting that customer taken care of and you're making that customer happy, because we are the ones that are buying them. If you continue to upset us and, not take care of us, then we're going to go looking somewhere else. But enough on that. My final thoughts on it at $3,600, I think it's a great buy. With everything that you get, I think it's a great buy. Now, some of them at the $4,000 mark, I'm not so much, in tune with that. I feel like that's a little bit too high. But the $3,600, I feel like it is definitely a $3,600 gun. You get a lot with it. It does have the toolless guide rod in it from Dawson. Some people like the Atlas one more, some people don't. But I do like the fact that they at least did coat the tool rod to where it matches on that part. But again, I don't understand why they didn't do anything with a screw. It just kind of like sticks out to me, because when you're looking at it, everything looks so nice, and then bam, you got this just weird screw that's kind of out of place there. But again, like I said, nice setup. I like that they use the Atlas plates. Comes with 2 mags. It's got the red dirt trigger. It's a decent setup. So I hope y'all enjoyed. We've got a lot more reviews coming your way. Again, I gotta thank B&R Tactical for getting this sent to me, and we've got some other stuff planned for y'all. So make sure that you're keeping an eye out. Make sure if you do not know who B&R Tactical is, that you definitely check them out and let them know that I sent you. But that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed. If you would, please, hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. That way you can keep up with everything. And I hope to see you at the range.